What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MMA Breakdown podcast. Tonight on pay-per-view, you got Daniel Cormier, yes, the heavyweight champion and the light heavyweight champion, is going to square off against Derrick Lewis. Yes, Lewis is a guy who basically gets beat up and throws like a haymaker and knocks his opponent completely out. And in his last fight, he got tore up. He just got beat up and beat down very to the point where everybody was like, Derrick Lewis is going to lose this fight. And he comes back with like a haymaker and cracks his opponent and knocks his ass out. So, do I think he has the cardio, the ability to beat Daniel Cormier, a guy who has heart, great wrestling, great takedowns, and a hell of a chin? He's been punched by Anthony Johnson and never got knocked out. He's been hit by the beast of them, and Anthony Johnson hits harder than anybody in MMA. Maybe Derrick Lewis hits a little bit harder, but a lot of people are saying Derrick Lewis has a puncher's chance in this fight to win this fight because he has that one bomb that he can land, that like overhand right, and it should be able to knock out Daniel Cormier. And I'm still thinking to myself, can he handle the pace that Daniel's going to put on him? Daniel's going to put a pace on him like he's never felt before. And I'll say Derrick Lewis probably trains his freaking ass off. I'm not saying he's a guy who doesn't have cardio problems. I'm not saying he's a guy who can take a punch and just keep coming forward. I just believe that Derrick Lewis is a guy who probably trains his ass off and is in the position that he's in. And Derrick Lewis, right here reading it, is 21-5-0, and he's 9 wins, 1 loss out of his last 10 fights. So if you take that in consideration, he is on a 9-fight winning streak in the heavyweight division. But you got to take in consideration that Daniel Cormier is an undefeated fighter in the heavyweight division. The only guy that's ever beaten Daniel Cormier is Jon Jones. And Jon Jones is a guy who basically destroyed him. But every other fighter he's ever fought, from wrestlers to strikers to guys who have great boxing, he's outworked them. And that's what Daniel's known for, is having a hell of a work ethic. And I believe, even though Daniel Cormier has that hell of a hard work ethic, he's going to grind him, he's going to come forward, that there's no way that Derrick Lewis in this is going to win this fight. I know Derrick Lewis has 3 performance of the nights, 2 fight of nights. He has knockout of the night. He doesn't care if the fans like him or hate him. He doesn't care if he's a fan favorite. He doesn't care. He's just fighting because he is a guy who is fighting for his family. He has a 79-inch reach. Okay, a 79-inch reach. And when you go to Daniel Cormier, he's only 21-1 with a no contest. Basically, the last fight when he lost to Jon Jones was a no contest because of the steroids allegation. But he only has a 72-inch reach, and that is like a lightweight, reach advantage, okay? So he's only 5'11". He's given up size and reach. But Daniel Cormier has not technically lost a fight since 2015, beaten Anthony Johnson, beaten Alex Gustafsson, beaten Anderson Silva, which that fight was kind of boring. He just laid on him. He beat Anthony Johnson again. He beat Volkov. He beat Stipe Miocic. He's beaten Dan Henderson, Patrick Cummings, Roy Nelson, Josh Barnett. He's beaten Bigfoot Silva. He's beaten everybody you could think of that is in the heavyweight division. So I believe just in this fight alone, he's fought in more elite competition, fought harder fights, fought tougher opponents, and has dominated every single person besides Jon Jones. So if I'm going to have to pick this fight, which I'm going to say my money's on Daniel Cormier, I don't believe there's going to be a haymaker right hand to win this fight for Derrick Lewis. I think Derrick Lewis is going to gas out, and it's going to be an easy fight. I definitely think it's going to be a very easy fight. I think Derrick Lewis has heart. He has a lot of grit. He has not a lot of technique, but he has a lot of heart, and you cannot train heart. I don't think heart in this fight is going to get him the W. I believe that Daniel Cormier is going to be the victor. That's just my honest opinion. As always, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and that is my prediction of UFC 230.